Assalamualaikum. My name is Azila Sahira Binti Abdul Rahman. Today, I will be explaining about introduction of our assignment. Let me start with the name of our company, which is KL Printing Sendirian Berhad. It is a Ministry of Finance MOF registered company that offers printing, advertising, and marketing services. In this context, customer can order printing, marketing materials, business cards, flyers, documents, and other promotional products directly from your own office. To please more customers, we provide online order service for customer and delivery right to customer doorstep. KL Printing Sendirian Berhad guarantees the best combination of price, quality, and service with high quality printing. So, as not to be left behind with our company promotion and info, customer can look up our social pages including Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and even RSS. Lastly, we stand by our slogan, your one-stop printing solution, to provide just the best service for customers. That is all. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Lavina Maribel Hing. Today I will be presenting about the identifications of problems. Firstly is distributions. The workers in our company can store and get data from a distributed database from anywhere in the network where the database is located. However, when storing and accessing data from a distributed database over a computer network, several issues might arise. For example, like deadlock, concurrency, and data allocations using fragmentations. Next is lack of security. Since the systems operate manually, the paper document is less secure if it is compared to an electronic system. This is because it could be easily accessed by others while using an electronic devices. It is more secure since not all people could access it since it usually contains a password. There is no chance to get their document back when they lose it. A manually confidential document is not sure to be safe, even the document handed by the company people. This is because not all of them could be trusted, and there is a high risk of losing them. The third one is time-consuming. Manually, systems consume more time to operate rather than using electronic systems. This is because they need a lot of time to handle it, such as printing each of the documents needed. One of the common problems in handling it also stores them safely. This is because they need to consider where to store it or if the place is safe. This is not just the only problem for the company. They also need to find transportations to carry out the documents to different places. It takes a lot of space and consumes more time and energy. But if they are using an electronic device, they just need to bring a single pen drive to store the data, which is much easier to handle.
Next, I will describe the other problem. First, it is increased cost. Paperwork documents consume higher cost. This is because they need to print all of the document needed. The company needs to provide a high amount of paper, ink, and many more. This increases the company expenses, and for the larger organizations, it will affect their organizational profit. All of the process of record keeping, storage, and documentation need a lot of workers and consume high expenses. It is best to use an electronic system to settle all of the work since it can be done by a small group of workers and it could be saving a lot of cost. Other than that, the company will need large staff training costs. This will affect all of the organizations since they can gain high profit. The training itself needs high expenses and many trainers since it could be really hard to train a lot of staff. So, it is best to use an electronic system to cut off high expenses. Furthermore, the other problem is loss of document. Since the actual time to process a document until it fully filled is less than 10%. Customer service will be the one that suffers from inadequate information management, considering that the upper employees could not provide the information quickly. This has also caused a lot of confusion since nobody knows where the document is and also who is the one that handled it. This will make all of the employees lose track and sometimes it will be exceeding the deadline. When there are a lot of the documents that need to be stored, the more time needed for the employee to need to find the document at that time. Sometimes, even the document is being received, but the file server structure are often confusing since it does not neatly arrange before. Lastly, it requires a larger space. As mentioned before, manual systems require larger space to store all of the documents in one place. Based on average, each of the documents need about 2 or 3 copies minimally. But because of that, it causes the volume of the document to grow and grow. It will need a new space to store the new document since all of the old documents cannot be lost. This will bring a lot of trouble for the company. Not just that, it will need a larger space. There will be a problem with the safety since anyone could leak all of the data. Besides, a lot of all record keeping cannot be found since there are too many documents with a lot of copies being stored at one place. This could also be a big problem for them, especially when the documents are really needed as a reference in the future. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. Thank you to Merly Sanchez. I am Nurul Anis binti Malik. Now I will continue with the recommendation to overcome the problems. Firstly, table is a must. Tables are essential objects in a database because they hold all the information or data. For example, a database for a business can have a context table that stores the name of their suppliers, email addresses, and telephone numbers because other database objects depend so heavily on tables. You should always start your design of a database by creating all of its tables and then creating any other objects. Before you create tables, consider your requirement and determine all the tables that you might need. Next, I will proceed to the explanation of the query. A query can be upgraded as your organization grows. If your database grows in size and performance degrades, you can simply upgrade the software, and it enables you to access new features as shown in queries. Use multi-value fields in query the same way you would any other field. In the query result, we may select to display the various values on a single row or many rows. A query can give the company many benefits. Firstly, the query lets you view data simply from the fields that interest you. When you open a table, you will see all of its fields. A query is a convenient way to save a group of fields. Next, combine data from several sources. A table typically displays simply the data that it stores. A query allows you to choose fields from many sources and describe how the data should be combined. That's all from me, so I will proceed with the presentation to Emilia. Thank you for listening.
Assalamualaikum. Thank you to Anis. I'm Nur Emilia binti Rosli. Now I will continue with the other recommendation to overcome the problems. Forms in SS is a database object that you can use to create a user interface for a database applications. Forms also provide a quick and efficient way to modify and insert records into your database. You can just fill in the tables and it will pop out in the form so that you can reducing your time from making the time too long to fill and find the data. Form is making it easier for employees to check and find data because its forms are well designed. Forms are attractive front-end interfaces that you can create in access for data entry and a multitude of other purposes and functionality. You can add additional formatting such as charts, pictures, and a variety of other features to the forms, such as staff form. If emergency happen, supervisor can refer staff form to get any information about the staff easily and faster. In the forms also provide a picture so that you can recognize the staff if the supervisor forgot the staff name. In the form, user can click and use display button. Next, I will continue with the report. Reports are a great way to organize and present data from your database assets. Reports can be created with data grouped together by category. Database reports are created from data visualized for analysis, data discovery, and decision making, and contains useful data for decision making and analysis. Reports offer a way to view, format, and summarize the information in your Microsoft Access database. They can allow you to pick certain data and do things like present it in a sort order. You can have different kinds of headings on a report, making it clear what is the report is showing. This can all make the data more meaningful and useful in representing the data to people who need to analyze it or distribute it. For example, in our access, we have created a customer area Selangor reports. The reports will summarize it for all the customers who stay around Selangor area so that it is easier for us to identify it. We also create a summary report on the customer amount paid based on their order so we can know their amount total. We can cut costs from incurred expenses by printing all the papers because all the information needed from both our tables in staff and customer forms or tables such as customer orders from our access file, we can summarize and put it in one report. That's all from me. Thank you. I will pass to the next presenter.
My name Hafiza binti Sairan. Relationship. It is critical that the data in the common file of two related tables in the database match. If there isn't a record in the customer table, there should not be a customer with the number in the staff table. Referential integrity is used to impose this restriction. To specify a one-to-one relationship, use the relationship pane. The matching file in one-to-one connection are both primary keys. In conclusion, as mentioned previously, KL Printing Sdn Bhd has faced many challenges and problems due to a manual database system to store and record paper-based data. However, the management team argued and agreed to switch from a manual to an automatic and digital database system. Microsoft Access is one of the most efficient and cost-effective database available today. It has aided our company in saving a significant amount of time and eliminating errors that have previously occurred in our organization. We assume that by using Access, our company will be able to be more structured and run more smoothly because everything will be correctly stored without duplication.